Welcome to the SoloPlay tutorial for Core World's Galactic Orders. This is an advanced tutorial that assumes that you, A, know the basic concepts of Core Worlds, and B, have watched the SoloPlay Core Worlds tutorial that covers the base game. Links in the description if you need to watch them, then come back here. The Galactic Orders expansion for Core Worlds contains more cards for each sector deck, replacement cards for 2 sector cards, a new faction, and 4 new elements for gameplay: events, new homeworlds for each faction, and the capital city advancement for each faction, and the Galactic Orders, plus order tokens to place on the Galactic Order cards. We will go over each of the new elements in detail. Previously, the old homeworld only had one ability to allow you to discard 2 cards to gain 1 energy. The new homeworld now has 2 abilities: the original ability and the ability to draw more cards if the number of worlds you have is greater than the units that you have in play. Additionally, for every faction, there is the capital city advancement. Now the advancement is attached, played next to the new homeworld, and has the following ability. During the energy phase, if you have 3 or more worlds in your empire, you may place 1 card beneath the capital city for the rest of the game. This is another way to thin out your deck as the game progresses. Events are one-time effects that occur at the beginning of a round or during a round. They range from the benevolent, such as the Event 1 cards, to the less benevolent, such as the Event 5 cards. Note that each corresponds to a sector, and the events get less and less friendly as we go from Sector 1 all the way to Sector 5. For instance, this Sector 1 card allows you to draw a card or gain an energy, whereas this Sector 5 card requires you to discard units and cards. Galactic Orders are large placards where you can place your faction's order tokens. Every card features an icon representing a particular group, like the Merchant Alliance, or the Science Guild, or the Order of Knighthood. The guild icons correspond to icons that you will find on many sector cards located in their bar. So for instance, this plasma skimmer corresponds to the Merchant Alliance. Whenever you deploy or play a tactics card from hand or deploy a unit card, you gain an order token on that particular order tile. These order tiles allow you to enhance your actions. For the price of removing an order token from a tile, you can execute its special action as many times as you remove order tokens. So for instance, the Merchant Alliance says, during your player turn, subtract 3 from the deploy cost of any 1 unit. So in that case, I could have a discount of 3 if I remove 1 order token, or I could have a total discount of 6 on 1 unit, or I can break it up amongst multiple units. So 1 unit I have -3 on for the deploy cost, and then another unit I have -3 on for the deploy cost. You can't break up you cannot merge the benefits of an order token and then partition them off. Like I couldn't take a -1 and a -5 for removing those 2 tokens, for instance. Don't use your old homeworld, but use your new homeworld. Add the capital city advancement next to it, and your empire is ready for play. If you are using events, which is optional, you first construct the event deck, using 1 event from each sector, except from Sector 0. Give each event deck a shuffle. Then select one event from each event deck, placing event from the 5th sector at the bottom and an event from the 1st sector at the top. This is now the event deck. For the Galactic Order cards, give them a good shuffle. Then lay them out next to each other. This order will matter during certain points in the game when you and the AI are looking to remove each other's order tokens. You will also need your faction's order tokens and the faction order tokens of another faction to represent the AI. Let's discuss incorporating events into gameplay. After forming the event deck, we place it beside the sector decks. When we progress from one sector to a brand new sector, we turn over one of the event cards, and it should correspond to the sector that we're currently in. This event card will act as if it was played at the beginning of each round in this sector. In other words, you don't turn over a new card until you go to another sector. Let's discuss the Galactic Order tokens and the Galactic Orders. When the player, that is you, deploys a card from their hand or plays a tactics card from their hand, they add an order token according to the matching guild icon on the tactics or unit card that was played. The AI, on the other hand, gets order tokens when it takes a card. Note that when you buy a card, when you draft a card or invade a world on the board, you do not gain this order token. You only gain it when you deploy the card or play the card from your hand. When you use a Galactic Order token in order to execute a Galactic Order, you may also, for free, remove one of the AI's tokens along with your token to pay for the Galactic Order. However, instead of taking one AI token from the same card, you can choose to pay an action and remove an AI token from another card that is adjacent, either this card or this card. At the end of the game, Galactic Order cards are additionally scored. They are scored by majority. Whoever has the most tokens gains 1 victory point per token on that card. Whoever has the second most tokens scores 1/2 victory point per token on that card. So in the case of the Mining Coalition, the yellow faction would score 3 points and the orange faction would only score 1 point. When factions are tied on a card, such as in the Order of Knighthood, where 1 yellow token is against 1 orange token, both score a half point per order token on that card. There are 3 modes for scoring Galactic Order cards. For the easy mode, the AI only blocks majorities, such as in this case where it's blocking the majority for the yellow tokens, but it doesn't score any points. In the normal game, the AI only scores points if it is in the majority or if it is equal to your tokens on the card. It doesn't score when there are only fewer of it on the card compared to your tokens. And finally, there's the full mode where the AI scores as normal. I'll note that when you score 1/2 of your tokens, when you score 1/2 VP per token, after you sum up the total on the card, you round the final total up. So in this case, both yellow and orange, even though they only scored 1/2 point each, at the end of the total, they'll have 1 point each because of rounding up. And that completes Solo Boarding's coverage of the current SoloPlay rule set for Core Worlds and Core Worlds Galactic Orders. But wait, you say, What about Core World's revolutions? Game rules for 1 will get to that when he gets to it. For now, you have a whole universe to explore and conquer, so get to it. Never give up, never surrender.